Good day fellas, I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill, and today we are going to play with a brand new WZ-114, which I believe plenty of you picked up from the marathon or considering buying this tank. Now, we had a video with this tank before and I had a very good performance. If you would listen to this fellas, do not be tricked by this tank. It is not that good as I showed for you. You are not going to have this kind of performance with this vehicle. I was extremely lucky with matchmaking, and I can promise you that the things are not going to look like in this way for 99.999% of the World of Tanks players. Plus, here you go. I really wanted to share that with you fellas. This is very important thing to say, and I'm telling you, this is not that great of a vehicle, okay? Also, quick update on the index page. This is how the things are going to look like very soon. We are going to have a search option, and we are going to have the situation like this, right, where you can click on the tank and you can see obviously everything what you are seeing right here. For example, if you would pay attention, this is how it looks like, right? But the thing is, what I want to say, this is going to make a better picture overall, speaking about the index page, right? Which tanks are good, which tanks are not so good, and so on. And once again, fellas, if you are not familiar with Skill4ltu Extra channel, feel free to check it out. We have the tier 5, tier 6, tier 7 gameplay there. We are uploading daily, so feel free to check out the things, and maybe you will find something what you like and what you enjoy. I really want to highlight this fellas, and now without further ado, let's go into the battle with the WZ-114. I rated this vehicle as a playable, and from your feedback, what I noticed 80% of the people, or maybe even more than that, cannot stand this piece of shit. At least this is what you are saying to me, right? So what we are doing, we are going to have 2 to 3 live battles, and let's see how lucky we are going to be with everything. Without further ado, let's go. And we are back, fellas. Game number 1. So once again, what this vehicle is all about and what is this tank? This tank is the current marathon tank. We had a marathon for the past 10 days, and you still have a chance to buy this for like a couple of days, if I'm not mistaken, or for 1 day. And I would highly recommend you to consider your live options, especially if, let's say, you have 50% discount and you think 40 euros is a fair price for this tank. It is not. What is nice thing, camo of this vehicle, obviously everything is depending on you, but for me this camo is not looking too bad, but the tank itself is pretty damn horrible. Skill, what do you mean? How dare you to say something like this? The thing is, the tank armor is very average. This is the first thing to highlight. Speed of the tank is pretty bad. This is the thing to highlight, right? Gun handling is working well whenever you are fully aiming, but if you are thinking about the snapshots, you will never ever going to hit those. So please keep this in mind, and don't think snap shooting is the proper option for this vehicle, because it is not, right? Now, when we are thinking about this, and if you want to fight against the tanks like Emil, right, you are not going to be able to win the fight against the tanks like Emil. That's like straightforward, and this is not going to be fun. This is not going to be very enjoyable. This tank is pretty much like 1 to 2 TM, but obviously way worse tier to tier. This is very important thing to highlight, fellas. And yes, you can smack someone for 500 damage in the face, but after that you need to wait for 15 seconds until you are going to reload, and then you can try to smack them once again and once again. You need to be lucky, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. You need to be lucky. Meanwhile, I really want to get involved, and I really want to smack this gentleman just like so. Good, 500 in the face, very nice. We are sitting on 1000 already. Now just to highlight this, if we would have a situation and if we would fight against, let's say, If we would fight with bam, excuse me. If we would fight with a Super Conqueror would be able to eat this tank without even asking this tank name. And once again, I truly want to say this tank is not that great as I am showing this vehicle. Keep this in mind, I have a bit of experience in World of Tanks. I started playing yesterday, I have 150,000 games, so it might look so much easier when I play than when someone else plays, right? By any means, I am not the best World of Tanks player. There is plenty of players who are definitely better than I am, right? But in the same time, it might look like this vehicle is very good and it's very easy to play. And I truly want to highlight it is not, fellas. Once again, you are relatively slow, your armor is not that great, your DPM sucks, and so on, right? I truly want to highlight this, fellas, and I really want to say that straight in the face. For me, my mission is not to sell you this vehicle or something, right? My mission is to highlight what the tank is all about. And honestly, I am considering to change the rating on this vehicle to from playable to bad, right? Because when I was thinking the other day, Starvaki, I would say it is a bit better tank than this vehicle is, although Starvaki is rated bad, right? So I am honestly considering my life choices and my life options to change the rating of this vehicle. And fellas, please let me know in the comment section down below, and not maybe as much as for me, but for the other tankers, for the other World of Tanks players. Do you think this vehicle is great, or do you think this vehicle is not so great, right? It is extremely important thing to highlight and to say, and if I can save a penny for you, I am doing a good job, I hope, and I hope you are not going to make a mistake, right? Once again, I hear that before, you know, I am streaming as well, and I hear so many bad opinions about this vehicle, it's not even funny. Okay. What do we want to do? At this point, we want to take this position here, and hopefully we will be able to find a proper angle to shoot guys who are thinking about capping the base. Who have a better situation and better position? I would say enemies are sitting so much better than we are. They have 3 gentlemen who are about to cap the base, right? So we need to be very, very careful. We need to be extremely careful. All in all, whenever you are aiming fully, the gun handling is not that horrible. I know why people are complaining about this tank. People are complaining about this tank because they are trying to snapshot when they are aiming 2/3 or something. This tank is not for that. If you want to snapshot, you need to pretty much face hug your opponent, and then you can think about the snap shooting. Other than that, you cannot expect to hit anything, fellas. And this is super important thing to highlight. Meanwhile, oi, Russia. No, Skill, you said you cannot snapshot. Skill, you said you cannot. No, Skill. I am so sorry, fellas. I looks like I do not know what I am talking about. Nah, for real, I was lucky here. I was truly lucky. That's the whole highlight. Beautiful shot, very nice, and now Progetto might go and cap the base. At this point, I think I am going to be involved just like so, right? Charfuter is going for a base defense, that's nice. And what we are going to do, we are going to attempt to beat the living crap out of the Progetto. Meanwhile, Emil in the open Russia field. Yep. This is exactly what could happen, fellas. This is exactly what could happen, and this is very important thing to highlight. Not the wisest decision from my side, that's a fact, but it is okay. I need to get involved somehow. And I'm going to relocate just a bit. Oh, come on! Yep. This is what this vehicle is all about. I am feeling very great with this. No complaints, no regrets. This is what this vehicle is all about, and this is the situation which every single of you can have, fellas. And yeah, I throw at this battle quite heavily, but once again, I got what I deserved, okay? That wasn't smart decision from my side. I did not play this battle well, and I got simply what I deserved. Obviously, probably the most shittest decision for me was to drop down here and to get into the crossfire. Instead of dropping down like this, I needed to go like this, and I needed to kill Emil one-on-one, and after that delete the Progetto. Once again, that was mistake made by me. I am not feeling sad about this. I know what have I done, and I know that was a bad decision from my side. Once again, it is alright, and everyone might have the situation like this. Amorek, fire, blah 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 blah, right? And this is not bad thing to highlight, and yes, I want to showcase a bad situations of WZ-114. This is very important thing to say, and that's what I am working on doing, right? No, I'm not trying to make this tank worse than it is, but in the same time, I am trying to highlight the bad things of this vehicle, because there is plenty of those. Anyways, 3.2 thousand damage. Unfortunately defeat, but well deserved. We are third by the damage, we are third by experience. We made 62,000 profits with a mission, and you are not counting the extra rations I am using. And keep this in mind, fellas. This tank, as a credit maker, it sucks. It is horrible. If you are thinking, oh, tier 9 and I'm going to make a lot of credits, no, it is not going to be the case, and believe me, this is not very nice. Also speaking about the Mark of Excellence, how the things are looking like, right? Mark of Excellence currently on this vehicle is 3.4 thousand. This is how Mark of Excellence values are looking like, so keep this in mind. Okay, let's teleport to the round number 2. And we are back with round number 2, fellas. So what do we have? We have plenty of VZs. I mean, so many of them, it is madness how many of VZs do we have. What is the plan, and what is the mission for us? I would say we are going to go somewhere here, right? And we will try to punish enemies who are trying to side scrap the air. This is the whole idea, and this is the whole plan for us. Now let's see. Plenty of the heavy tanks, although, fellas, nowadays to play with some kind of competitive heavy tank, this is very, very nice option. Why am I saying so is because since this vehicle has no DPM, it is kind of easy to eliminate this vehicle from the game. So please keep this in mind. And maybe if you are like on 90% on the Conqueror or something, maybe playing Conqueror nowadays, it is not the worst option ever. What do you think? Beautiful shot. 530 in the face. Very nice. At this point, I am still not thinking about anything else. I want to play with this vehicle, and I want to play in the same position. Are you planning to move? No? Okay, our WZ is not planning to move, that's understandable. Maybe I can use this position here, and after that we can hide behind this gentleman. Skill, you naughty mother trucker. Thank you very much, fellas, I love you as well. Oh, side scrapping, how are you doing? Nice side scrapping. If he is going to do that once again, our WZ will hit him, so I am feeling relatively safe. Yeah, until he will figure out he wants to get involved, we should smack him once again. Beautiful. Now trying to escape. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, our WZ is making a bit of pressure, so we are going to go together with him, right? We can spank enemies for 1000 damage in the face instantly, and this is something. We should be able to hit him as well. Pay attention how much am I aiming with this vehicle. Pay attention, fellas. This is very important thing to highlight. Obviously, once again, the armor-wise, you cannot expect this tank to be very, very well armored vehicle, because it is not. E75 is dead. Beautiful. Just focus the fire and try to eliminate the guns from the game. This is our mission in this battle, fellas. Okay, our WZ should be able to hit him. After that, we are going to eliminate him from the game. Hopefully, he is dead. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Very nice. Okay, what do we want to do? This is the question. Ooh! Not ideal, but that's okay. What to do next? We have 2,600 damage. It is looking already relatively fine, and I definitely can't complain about this. Also, one more highlight which I really want to say is currently we are fighting against the many WZ-114s, right? So the tanks which do not have a great DPM. So the situation is looking just a bit better for us because enemies are not Russia. Because enemies are not able to kill us quickly as well, since we are kind of equal, and since DPM is not great neither for us neither for enemies, right? And that's important thing to highlight. Meanwhile, aiming for a pixel shot here, and you know what, I think I am going to get involved like this. I do not really think this is a horrible thing, even though if they are looking at us, I am feeling relatively fine. Doesn't really matter, all good. And what we need to do now, we need to make a bit of pressure like this. If the things will go well, we should be able to get another couple of thousand easily. In fact, I changed my mind just a bit. Russia. In fact, I changed my mind just a bit. I do not want to go up like this. But what I want to do, I want to go like this. There is Leo, there is E50, AMX-30. I think this is a bit better option for us, and sitting in the city we are kind of useless. There is absolutely nothing for us to do in the city, right? So let's try to get involved in this battle. Okay, our chair footer just got slaughtered, it doesn't really matter. We have some support as well, we have a sniper schnitzel, and we have the Kapazander here as well, so that's good Russia. It's okay. The thing is, I had like millisecond to react to hit this AMX-30, and I went for it. I knew the chance of us hitting this guy is very, very slim. I knew that. Okay. Leopata, bam. I need to ask this guy support. Very nice. Very, very nice. So look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. We have a bodyguard. Holy bananas. Thanks, mate. Very nice. Okay, E50 Russia. Skill, why are you yelling Russia after every shot? Fellas, yelling Russia is giving you boost to hit the enemies, okay? Keep this in mind. This is very, very important thing to say. Whenever you are yelling shot, the chance you are going to hit enemy is twice bigger. And you know what is the shittest part of all this? I made this tank look good. I made this tank to look good. This is not my intention. This is not my intention. I do not want to make this tank to look good. I want to show the true colors of this vehicle, and I'm failing doing so. I'm a shitty content creator. Fellas, I'm horrible. I am a horrible person, and I am making this tank look better than it is. I'm not even spamming gold. You know what, fellas? I sincerely apologize. If you are going to buy this tank just because of me, and you will hate this vehicle, be warned, this tank is not that great as you have seen now. Let's teleport into the end of this game and let's see overall score. And we are back, fellas, with a first class. Hip hip hooray. We are first by experience, we are second by the damage. We made 164,000 profits, although 50,000 is coming from the mission, so in reality it is 114,000 profits, not taking into consideration the not taking into consideration the consumables, right? And now, after our 2 games, our performance is 3,900 damage, 1,000 assisting damage. We are playing with this for pretty much 5,000 combined. But now, before everything, fellas, let's take a second and let's check out how our fellow tankers dealt. Who was playing with this tank, right? So let's see. There is a gentleman, he is average World of Tanks player, maybe, right, you tell me, and he is playing with this tank for average score of... He played, that was his first game, okay? It doesn't really count. Let's check other person out. The other guy is having 55% win ratio. Definitely above average World of Tanks player. I would say he's great World of Tanks player, right? He played 13 games and he is barely playing for 2,000 damage. If we would compare Conqueror stats with a Conqueror, he's playing better. With a Phase 1, he's playing better. With WZ, he's playing kind of the same, right? With 257, he's playing kind of the same. With double penetrator, he's playing better, right? And once again, my mission is to show you not everything is so nice about this vehicle. Once again, 53% win ratio, definitely better than average World of Tanks player, right? And looking how this gentleman is playing with this tank, he played only 2 games, so it doesn't really count. Moving to the enemy forces, a bit, let's say average World of Tanks player, a bit below average World of Tanks player, right? What do we have? He played 2 games also, and he is averaging 600 damage. He is thinking this tank is a pile of shit. I can promise you that. Moving on next, other gentleman, above average World of Tanks player for sure, 53% win ratio, 50,000 battles. He knows what he is doing, and he is playing on average for 1,600 damage after 72 games. After 72 games, fellas, he's going for 1.6 plus 300, right? And he is not bad player by any means. He knows what he is doing, fellas. Moving on next, one more, there is a guy who is, well, let's say 50% win ratio is definitely average, right? So let's see how this gentleman is performing with this vehicle. And his performance after 13 games is 1,400 damage, 38% win ratio, and in fact, probably it's one of the worst win ratio tanks he has in the higher tier. And once again, I cannot highlight this enough. It is not that great of a vehicle I am showing, okay? It's not that great. Whew. When we have this out of the way and when I highlighted everything, thank you very much for watching. I hope you had a great time and I hope you enjoyed yourself, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.